All right, so hello. So my name is D'Angelo Mahone, and I am a graduate student getting my master's in social work through Tuskegee University. This is an online clinical program that offers me great opportunity to learn in my own space, but also work with my instructors virtually to get a more um, deeper knowledge on important topics of the class. So today I will be answering a few questions about different topics that are covered in my learning and how they relate to social work practice. This video will cover information from my human behavior and social environment class from my lesson book, Multidimensional Human Behavior in the Complex Social Environment. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first question will come from our module's chapter 5 in hierarchies and identity development among older children and elderly adolescents. So the first question is question number 1. What are the core principles to the National Association of Social Workers Code of Ethics? And how do they guide anti-oppressive social work practice? So the NASW, which is the National Association of Social Workers, has a code of ethics. And these ethics have 6 core values that guide the practice of social work, which includes anti-oppressive social work. These values are service, social justice, dignity and worth of the person, importance of human relationships, integrity, and competence. So these values translate into ethical principles that inform the conduct of the social work field. Anti-oppressive social work practice, or AOP, is based on critical theories and 5 critical practice principles. Critical reflection on self in practice, critical assessment of service users, experiences of oppression, empowerment, service users, empowering service users, I'm sorry, working in partnership, and minimum intervention. So the next part is module 5. And this is covering chapter 6, the hierarchies and identity development from adolescent to young adulthood. Question number 3. How can social workers challenge the current descriptions of their role in educational settings to better promote social justice and trauma-informed practice? So, to better promote social justice and trauma-informed practice in educational settings, social workers can challenge the traditional view of their role by actively advocating for systemic changes within the school, educating staff about trauma and its impact on learning, collaborating with teachers to integrate trauma-informed practices into the curriculum, and centering the voices of marginalized students to address their unique needs. Essentially, shifting the focus from individual interventions to addressing the root causes of trauma within the school environment and wider community. All right, so next is Module 5, Chapter 7, Young Adulthood on the Margins. This is question number 1. What are the specific developmental markers of young and emerging adulthood? And how do these markers interact with um, societal expectations and challenges? So, according to developmental psychologist Jeffrey Arnett, Key developmental markers of young and emerging adulthood include identity exploration, instability, self-focus, feeling in between adolescent and adulthood, and a sense of broad possibilities for the future. Essentially, this stage is characterized by actively exploring different life paths, experiencing frequent changes in living situations, prioritizing personal goals, and maintaining a sense of not being well um, settled into adulthood while still feeling optimistic about the future. Developmental markers of young and emerging adulthood, like identifying exploration, instability in living situations, and focus on self discovery, often clash with societal expectations that push for early career establishment, relationship commitment, and financial stability, leading to stress and challenges as individuals navigate these conflicting pressures to adults up while still feeling like they are figuring things out. This is seen today in examples of challenges when we compare ourselves to our peers, such as social media and peer pressure. These things can exasperate feelings of inadequacy if others seem to be progressing faster in their life goals. A positive example would be having the flexibility of the developmental stage to allow for adjustments in life goals and pathways as individuals gain more experience. In Module 6, Chapter 8, we have marginalized social identities and locations in middle adulthood. Question number one is, how do daily stressors and life changes event challenge development process in middle adulthood? And what social work interventions can support individuals at this stage? So daily stressors and life-changing events in middle adulthood can significantly challenge development processes by creating a heightened sense of stress, impacting physical and mental health, affecting coping mechanisms, and potentially leading to difficulties in managing multiple roles like parenting, career, and caring for aging parents, ultimately impacting overall well-being and personal growth during this life stage. Now, examples of challenging events for when a person is going through this would be menopause, career transitions, aging parents, and even empty nest syndrome. Some positive examples consist of building meaningful relationships, resilience building, and personal growth. So social work interventions that can support individuals in middle adulthood development include stress management techniques, family therapy, career counseling, financial literacy workshops, community engagement programs, health education initiatives, support groups for specific challenges like caregiving or empty nest syndrome, and individual therapy to address mental health concerns related to midlife transitions, all tailored to unique needs and circumstances of each individual. There are important considerations for social workers working with middle-aged adults to consider, such as prioritizing individual needs and goals, providing tailored interventions, focus on the individual's strength and resilience to promote positive change. Partners with healthcare providers, financial advisors, and other relevant professionals to address complex needs and recognize and respect cultural differences and tailor interventions accordingly. So this is what we covered in the behavioral class, and I hope you learned a lot because I also learned a lot too by actually going through this. And I look forward to the next one.